Well, hello there and welcome back to another About That Track with me, Toussaint Morrison, covering my album, The Very Best of Ricky and Jane. I'm explaining each track, every single track, and I'm in my apartment. My friend Max had man, what a friend. What a friend. 4 years ago, during, right as COVID hit, we were filming About That Track in my other apartment, and we didn't even know what we were doing. It was just me and Jake, and now it's this one. And I'm doing it for you. It's the same series, but new album. I think we skipped an album. Damn, dog, maybe we did. Who knows? We'll double back. So this is the third track on the album, and it is my grandmother's first and middle name. Not her last name. That'd just be weird, like somebody's entire government name. That's a song title. That sounds like a diss track, like, first, middle, last name. This about you, dog. This is called Carol MAE, so let's go through it. Here we go. Boom, I wanted this to be kind of a percussionless track where it's just rapping over it. Just like pair of hearts. Sweet lovers in the morning that dissociate in the dark. Young saboteurs turn an argument into a form of art. Young saboteurs, what I knew of my parents as a kid, like they had like a very like loving relationship, and then it would get tumultuous like real quick, and I'd be like, what the hell is going on here? Also, we were in New Orleans, so there were parties going on. I mean, like, people say you don't know what it's like having a kid until you have a kid. And that is for damn sure. Because my parents, they had no effing clue what the F they were doing. So I was running around the house. There were parties, activists all over the place. It was what it was. But here we go. A little more. Self-explanatory. Carol MAE. Ruler within reach, getting spankings. Daylight signatures. Significant. Oh God, I forgot the word already. Daylight signatures of Ricky Steamboat. So like the sun in New Orleans was the thing I remember like the most. And so I wanted to involve Ricky Steamboat because Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair had one of the most prolific wrestling matches ever. And wrestling was a big part of my childhood. And I was like, man, I want to reference Ricky Steamboat because Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man went at it too. And one of Ricky's his super move was it had something to do with daylight or like sunset or something like that, but like daylight signatures reminiscent of Ricky Steamboat, something to that effect. But we move on. I'm a clean bloke. Smooth as Tommy Shelby and probably great. Tommy Shelby. The advantages of our art that heals slow. Can tell you every stage of withdrawal to letting the feeling go. Dancing with dreams, no. One else can see so. It seems bold to be out here waltzing with unseen knowns. And so it goes. Waltzing with unseen knowns, that's walking with your ancestors. I'm a clean bloke, smooth as Tommy Shelby with so-and-so on their 13th smoke. So what's his face who played Tommy Shelby in Peaky Blinders? Somebody will write it in the comments or I'll remember it. But he said that he smoked hundreds, if not thousands of cigarettes while he was on Peaky Blinders. And so I did not, this was not intentional, dog. I just put this on for this one. That was it. Smooth as Tommy Shelby on his 13th smoke. Chilling. I'm still cool, though. Shit's popping off in New Orleans. I don't know what these people are doing, what these parents talking about, like parties everywhere, but I'm cool. Like, what's popping? That was me, or what I remember it. Float to my namesake, Toussaint Louverture. Tell me about this rebellion. What's going on, homie? I just wanted no chorus, no chorus. Just dead silence. So this song was just like, not even a song. It was just like, let's just write bars and then just like make a story out of it. Again, right into a younger version of myself. Is on a spreadsheet, like my parents. My mom, this was the first verse I wrote. So in the beginning, it talks about me in New Orleans, and in this verse, this is about me in 2020 throughout the uprising. Like there was every day there was an action. Every day, like we were going at it. We were going into the fire, like dealing with police and National Guard and all these people, like basically trying to break a protest. Let live is who they won't let. Rest is relative when it's mostly rest in peace. When they bring that to me before they arrest police. Self-explanatory. All control, delete. If it's not going to work, you may have to burn it down. May 28th, 3rd Precinct. That was when the third precinct was burnt down. And I think because May 25th was when George Floyd was murdered. That's a Monday. 26, 27, 28. Maybe it was... Oh, May 28th was when people saw that it was burnt down, or at night, the night of the 27th, the morning of the 28th. And so this talks about just like hitting reset on certain systems. You might have to shut this whole thing down because it's not working for everybody. My mom texts me, I miss you. I text back, me too. I'll see you as soon as I'm able to get sleep. And my mom and I went back and forth with some texts while this was going on. I think she was really I think she was kind of weirded out that she was seeing her son relive the same experience that her and my father went through a lot of protests and whatnot. And what my mother always told me was when they went through the protests and all the things that they did and activism that they did, they always felt they were going to give, us a better world. And in fact, in her eyes, and I think some people's eyes, it's not. Maybe it's the same thing going on and on and on. So that was that. And I was like, I'll get back to you as soon as I'm able to get sleep, which there wasn't a lot of sleep in 2020. Ring, ring. Hello, Mrs. Bender. Yeah, you remember. Terrence Franklin was murdered by the Minneapolis police in 2013. And in 2013, the president of City Council, Lisa Bender, didn't do anything about it. But when George Floyd got murdered, she was like, we're going to dismantle the police department. And it was like, girl, where you been? What you talking about? Ring, ring. Hello, Mrs. Bender. Straight out of 2013. Yeah, you remember. She does remember. Terrence Franklin was killed in a basement by Minneapolis police, and not a whole lot of people did anything about it because there was no film on it. So here we are now. Built by street fighters, justice keepers, freedom riders, the city's dying. She let my hand go. I held back from crying. Why she smiling? She knows something we don't. Reminds me of Grandma Carol's eyes and silent moments after we spoke. So I referenced the city as she's dying, and she let go of my hand, and then she laughs and kind of smiles. What, does she know something that we don't? Like that. That's the visual that I get when I saw that, or when I felt that in 2020. And so that was that. And it reminds me of Grandma Carol's eyes in moments just before we spoke or after we spoke, or whatever the line was. But my grandmother always knew something that y'all didn't, or that I didn't. She was basically the smartest person in the room. Or the most aware person in the room. So yeah, and here's the last part.
I have a really good story. I talked to this one guy, Apple, and
this is my mom.
Tucson. And I thought he said the city. And I said, what is your name again? And he said, Tucson. And I said, my son's name is Tucson.
My son's name is Tucson.
Yeah, and he said, no one. Well, then I had to tell him the whole story about Tucson Adventures.
Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty cool. I love you very much.
My mother will leave me some quirky messages like that, but Toussaint Louverture led the first successful slave rebellion. He kicked all the French, or put it in other terms, he kicked all the white people out of Haiti. And you can look up his story on YouTube. There are some amazing, masterfully written and vocally performed, like, just audiobooks, and they're really, really cool. But look up Toussaint Louverture and his battle with Napoleon and other people. But my mom, we'll run into people named Toussaint very rarely, and she'll be like, well, you know what the name is from, right? Because my mom will do that. But she essentially, you know, she would leave like messages like that just, you know, were about my name and just, you know, that's moms do. They call you just to let you know that they're thinking of you and that they love you. And so I thought it was a nice, you know, going from the beginning to my grandmother. My grandmother passed away in February 2015, and now it's my mom. You know, like she's kind of the pillar that she can be right now, and that's Carol May. And so that was really just like, Jake had this one beat. It was like the boom, 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 whoo, boom, 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 boom. And so that was it. And it reminded me of like some Big Sean beats, like back in the day, because Big Sean really took his time a lot with just rapping over something like with no percussion. And I really respected a lot of rappers who could do that and make a really prolific art piece out of it with just like little to no percussion on it. So that is Carol May. I hope you enjoyed it. These videos are going a lot deeper than I thought. If you're a patron, thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see you in the next About That Track. Thanks for watching.